Well, it's 6:45, and you know what that means? We're back. Live at 6:45. Welcome back to Not Technically Perfect. Um, it's amazing behind the scenes how much is actually changing and evolving. And you know, I'm really excited, and I'm having a lot of fun doing this. It's a lot of work, but it's a lot of fun, and I want to thank you guys for joining us during all of this, or joining me during all of this. And I'm always trying to make this better, you know. So we're gonna have fun tonight. I have something specific. I know it's been a lot of me talking, and that's all fine and good. But I really do want to kind of get into talking with people, and so I'm trying to line up a guest or a few guests to be on the show and kind of talk about you know not just technology, the relationship with technology, but we're going to actually talk about relationship today. But I want to start the right way, and so I'm going to start by I'm going to start with a joke, but I swear I can tie it in. So here we go. Guy walks into a bar. And he goes to the bartender and he says, "Listen, if I can show you something you've never seen before, will you give me a free drink?" Bartender thinks about it. He goes, all right, hit me. The guy reaches into his coat pocket and pulls out a live rat, puts it down in the bar. Out of the other pocket, he pulls a toy. Out of the other pocket, he pulls a toy piano. He puts it down on the bar. And within a minute, the rat walks up to the piano, and within a minute, he's playing the blues. The bartender is like, "Yeah, man, that's worth a drink." So he gives him the drink. The guy says to the bartender, "If I can up that, will you give me free drinks for the night?" Bartender said, "You can do better than that." Guy goes into his satchel, pulls out a frog, puts it down on the bar. Within a minute, the frog is singing to what the rat's playing. Bartender goes, "That's incredible." Everybody's stunned, everybody's watching this. This guy from down the bar comes down and he says, "That's the most amazing thing I've ever seen." He goes, "I will give you $100,000 for that frog right now." The guy's like, "No sale." He's like, wait. He goes, I gotta have that frog. He goes, "I'll give you 150,000. He goes, No, man. 200, 250, 350. "I will give you $400,000 for that frog." The guy's like, no, but you can see he's starting to get worn down, right? The guy is offering the money, gets on his cell phone, walks away. 20 minutes later, he comes back with a metal case, puts the metal case down on the bar, opens it up. He goes, "Here is $650,000 cash for that frog right now." All right, fine. Good. The guy takes the frog. He runs off. He's thrilled. The guy closes the case, puts it down at his feet, and the bartender goes, "What are you doing? That frog must be worth millions." And he says, "Nah, the frog's just a frog. The rat's a ventriloquist." So what I want to talk about tonight is adaptation versus customization. And it does tie in, I swear. So again, I have a lot of conversations with people about technology, and somebody said, "Yeah, but technology technology adapts." No, technology doesn't really adapt. And the reason I say that is because adaptation would require the technology to put in effort. It would require the technology to learn you, understand you, not just your patterns. Don't get me wrong. Patterns are really important. Patterns are huge. Not just your patterns, but really start understanding you. And it would take no effort on your part, right? So adaptation, when somebody adapts to you or a service adapts to its clientele, the person offering the service or the company offering the service or whoever it is makes an effort to work towards what's right for you, right? Whereas technology doesn't. Technology doesn't learn as such. Yes, I know there's an argument to be made for AI. I know AI is big and it's coming, and there's a lot of good stuff with AI. But let's be honest, technology doesn't really learn, not on the scale we play at, right? So Humans 1, technology 0. There's a lot of neat stuff. Don't get me wrong. Humans are smart. Technology's dumb. But technology does what we don't do well. Technology is consistent, like really consistent. Humans, I don't care who the most reliable person you know, is still not quite as pinpoint consistent as technology is, right? Technology is designed exclusively to be consistent, and technology doesn't care. It doesn't have the emotional content. We have emotional content. Technology doesn't. Technology doesn't care if it's right or wrong, or it doesn't have pride. It doesn't go, oh man, I screwed up, because it doesn't. It just does what it's told. So it's kind of important, and more importantly, I don't care if you're human or tech. Nobody's a mind reader. There are no mind readers. You know this. I know this. Look, as good as I may be at reading people and guessing and this and that, I'm not a mind reader. And I'm willing to bet that you've said that to somebody in your life too. Let me know if I'm right. I mean, heck, prove me wrong, right? The technology won't read our minds. Technology is not going to go that extra step. They're not going to. So, and also too, because there's not enough input. Like as we start adding things, as we start getting into really, really neat stuff where like the Apple's working on technology where it looks at where you're focusing on the screen and whatnot, and it could actually help make your usage more efficient and kind of get you away from this blind scrolling. Well, no, we're going to see. That will remain to be seen, but it's kind of neat that we can. But it needs to be taught to read that, right? And it's going to read it very, very base algorithms. So anybody with something like affect disorder or whatever, where you don't express as much as other people, it may not, just like voices. It doesn't read for speech impediments or lisps or anything like that. It's not going to read it. It throws it off. So that's important to get into, So it really kind of comes to this idea of when you have a relationship with your technology, yes, there's a certain amount of relationship with the technology itself. You are going to harbor certain feelings around your tech itself because you're just so attached to it, and you've put in some effort into it, and we'll talk about that in a second. But the idea that you don't actually have a relationship as much with your tech as with the people who made it, the engineers, the software developers, the people, and you'll notice that some apps are really easy to use, and that's because they were made. I mean, look, all technology is made by people. And you know what? I want to have a whole conversation on that. I mean, I'd like to have a conversation with somebody on that. See if I can get a software developer on here. Yes, technology, it's great. And, we have a relationship with the technology in so much as, but we have a better relationship with the developers, because what they produce speaks more about them than it does about the actual unit that it's running on. So that gets really interesting. And they may not think the same way that you do, and that's okay. But if we don't, again, there's no mind readers. So if we don't tell them how we think, they don't know how to adapt on their end to better serve us. And that's what it's all about. This stuff is meant to be good for us. So that's kind of important, right? Okay. So it's not adaptable, but it is customizable. It's very customizable. I mean, we can turn things on or off. And I know there's the argument, oh yeah, Apple's a lot less customizable. It really isn't. It's yes, there are certain things that are set because they're there for consistency. It's meant to be a standard for everyone, and some people don't like that, and that's okay. That's perfectly all right. That's why that's why there are alternatives. We like alternatives. Alternatives are good. If there's only one player in town, not so great, right? You don't want to have only one gas station in town. If there's a few of them, it keeps them honest. So, customization. Customization requires effort on your part. It requires that you adapt. Now, you are adapting the technology forcibly, but it's on your end, there's effort. So it's customization. That's the biggest distinction. And nothing wrong with that. It's good. We can customize and make it more for us, but you know, we actually have to kind of learn a little bit and kind of go. And so, and Pete and I were talking about this, and he came up with this great line, and I'm quoting Pete on this one. He said, they're asking us to become a little bit more intelligent to help them with their own deficiencies. Well, yes, he's absolutely right. He's got it spot on. They're asking us to help them with the fact that they're not there yet. And there's nothing wrong with that. Like, but this kind of gives an idea of where we're headed, is getting the idea with kind of tech evolving and whatnot, and why do they keep having updates and whatnot, is to try and get less to customization and more to adaptation, where we can maybe turn the tables on that. And the reason it's important that we have our say in it is because if they make it the way they want, then how does that really adapt to us, right? So we have to tell the companies like Apple and Google and Microsoft and even the smaller developers, they're not mind readers. We got to give it back to them. We got to say, hey guys, great app. Could you make this? And you know what? I'm going to let you in a little secret. Some people go, oh, it's an imposition. Oh, well, I'm sure somebody else has thought of it. Or, you know, my idea isn't really that good enough. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. You're the user. They want it. They're desperate for it. Tell them what you think. They want to know. Because the good developers, the ones who make the stuff because they go, wow, this really helps me out. Or, you know what? I want to help people like me. Or I really want to help people. I made this because I think it's a really, really cool idea. And I think people could really benefit from this. The second you tell them, hey, you know what would make it even cooler? They'll be like, yep, and they're on it like white on rice. I mean, really, like, totally. And I know, look, a couple of shows ago, I gave a plea out too. I was kind of like, hey guys, you know, shoot me questions. You know, I want you involved. I want this to be something special. And I know I checked the sound before, so I just want to double check it. If somebody can shoot me that the sound is good, because otherwise I've been going on for a few minutes, right? And I keep referring back to my phone, by the way, because I got notes. I want to keep this nice and organized. And again, you don't have to be on the same topic. If you want to put a comment or a question, I want to hear it. It's not just about me. This isn't about me. This is about you. I'm here to help you guys. I'm here to learn with you guys. I'm here to learn from you guys. Hey! How you going, Tamara? Great. Cool. Thank you for checking in. I love that. All right. So, customization, you know, and I kind of had this note here. It's like, so here's the trick with customization. It kind of is a double-edged sword, right? Because, oh, and the wind's really picking up. This is good. The trick with customization is we have to be careful about how many options we put in, because we don't want to make it overwhelming, right? I mean, you go into an app and they'll say, look, Thunderbird, spectacular mail app. I mean, really, really good. Even I look at their settings screens and go, ooh. I mean, it makes me take a step back, because you can customize everything. I mean, everything. But it's daunting. I mean, even for somebody who knows, it's daunting. It's like, wow, man, I got to go through like 600 options before I can get my email. Ah, man, next. But it's really good. So what I kind of wanted, the double-edged sword of customization, and here's the trick, is you don't want to put so much that, you know, people get turned off or, you know, turned away. And you don't want it to be a distraction. But you want to put enough that people feel empowered. Like, you know, hey, not everybody. So, great example. You know, every app that could send you notifications, when you first start it up, it brings up a little. I don't care what platform you're on. It brings up a little. Beep. Do you want to allow notifications? Yes, no. Allow or don't. Again, humans smart, technology dumb. It doesn't know, and even the developers can't speak for you. They don't want to speak for you. So the idea is that it's your choice. This is for you to decide. And they try and make the customization as quick as possible in terms of yes or no, right? And that's a good thing. So more and more, I think we're going to wind up seeing the idea of you start up an app and it's going to go, I need to know, like the app I'm using right now, I use Restream. And by the way, props to Restream, by the way, fantastic product. But the reason I bring it up is when I log on, it goes, do you want me to allow you access to your phone and microphone? It asks every time. And I'm okay with that. Why? Because if I start it up because I want to show something or I want to put in an event, I don't necessarily want the camera and mic turned on. So it asks me and I answer. It's good. But I think we're going to find a lot more that when you start up an app, it's going to go, I need to know 4 things. Or, I am 4 and soon I will be 5. Um, we want to know these 4 things before you start using the app. It's good. It's good. That's kind of where we, this is, and eventually, if we get to tech where, you're just wearing it and you don't even have to think about it, it just kind of works. Well, hey, great. But until such time, we're a ways away yet. So let's not worry about that. Guys, all you who are tuning in, thank you so much. It's awesome. If you're watching this on YouTube or on Facebook or whatever, you know what? React, thank you. Clicks, likes, subscribe, sure. Awesome, thank you. That's helpful. Even more so if you see this and you're like, hey, I was having an argument with a friend, or I was talking to a friend and this is really pertinent to it, or, hey, that's a good conversation. I know somebody who would like this. Please share it with them so that we can get more people in here and get the conversation going, because this is a lot of fun. I'm having fun. I want you guys to have fun with this. This is a journey for all of us. So welcome aboard. Our mateys, welcome aboard. And I can't wait to see kind of where this ship winds up, because we still got a few days. 83 left. So can't wait to see you guys tomorrow, 6:45, live at 6:45. Tune in, be there or be square. Thanks so much for tuning in. Thanks for all the support. I love you guys, and I can't wait to see more. I can't wait to see more of you guys coming on and all of that. Thanks so much. Have a great night.